Okay, let's continue. But what if I hear her voice and I like it? What if her laughter in my ear or her breathing into the phone haunts me as much as her words, and I want more? I'm already a beast enough with her letters, which is why I'm sitting in my trunk in an empty parking lot, rewriting one of her old ones because they inspire my music. She is my muse, and she has to know it by now. I've been using her as a bunching board for years, sending her lyrics to read. My phone rings, and I look down to see Dan's name. I let out a hard sigh and sketch it up. What? Where are you? I'm on my way. I start the trunk and put it into driver. No, you are sitting in some parking lot writing lyrics. Again, aren't you? I roll my eyes and end the call, tossing my phone onto the passenger seat. So driving helps me think. He doesn't need to burst my eyes just because I can't help it when ideas hit me. Pulling onto the street, I lay on the gas and held to the old warehouse outside of town. Our brand is hosting a scavenge hunt to raise money for our summer tour in a few months. And even though I thought we should just set up some gigs, maybe team up with a few other local bands, Dan thought something different would draw in a bigger crowd. I guess we'll see it. If he's right. The bitter February chill cuts through my body, and I turn on the heater and flip on my brakes. The white light casts a glow deep into the darkness ahead. This is the road to Falcon's Well, where rain lives. If I keep going, I'll pass the warehouse, the turn off the cove, an abandoned amusement park, and eventually I'll arrive in her town. Many times since I got my license, I've been tempted to drive there. My curiosity overwhelming, but I never did it. Like I said, it's not worth the risk of losing what we have unless she agrees to it too. I lean over to the passenger seat and shove the notepad and other papers away, searching for my watch. I left it in here yesterday when I washed the outside of the trunk, and it's one of the only things I'm responsible with. It's a family heirloom. Kind of. I find it and hold the steering wheel, fastening the black skewed cuff around my wrist with a timepiece instead between two brakes. It had been my grandfather's before he passed it down to my dad at my parents' wedding to be given to their firstborn son. My father finally gave it up last year, only for me to realize he'd lost the original timepiece in it. An identical Jaeger watch that's been in the family for 80 years. And I will find it, but until then I'm stuck with a piece of crap sitting in its place on my grandfather's cuff. I finish securing the scrap and look up, seeing something on the road ahead. As I get closer, I make out a form moving along the side of the road. The blonde ponytail, the black jacket, and the non-blue running shoes unmistakable. You gotta be kidding me, son of a bitch. My headlights far across my sister's back, lighting her up in the dark night. I turn down my music as she jacks her head over her shoulder, finally noticing someone is there. Her face relaxes when she sees it's me, and she smiles, continuing dragging, and she has her fucking earbuds into awesome safety precautions, Annie. I slow the trunk, roll down the passenger side window, and pull up beside her. You know what you look like? I bellow, anger coloring my first around the steering wheel. Zero kitty candy. Letting out a silent laugh, she shakes her head and speeds up, forcing me to as well. And do you know where we are? She argues. On the road between Thunder Bay and Falcon Well. No one ever on the road. I'm fine. She arches an eyeball at me. And you sound like that. I throw in disgust. I say I'm on the road. So no, it's not empty. And B, don't shake your head at me because you are the only one dumb enough to jog in the middle of nowhere at night. And I don't want you to be raped and murdered. And C, that was uncalled for. I don't sound like that, so don't kick me in the nuts like that again. It's not nice. And then I bark. Now get in the damn trunk. She shakes her head again, just like rain. She loves to taste me. Annie is my only sleeping, and despite my less than stellar relationship with our dad, she and I get along really well. She continues dragging, breathing hard, and I notice the bags under her eyes and the sunken look of her cheeks. An urge to scroll to her laps at me, but I hold it back. She works too hard and she's barely sleeping. Come on, I tell her, growing impatient. Seriously, I don't have time for this. Then look what you doing out here. I look out of the empty road to make sure I'm not serving. Is that scavenger hunting tonight and putting in an appearance? Why aren't you on the well-lit track at the park with the safety of 24 other joggers around, huh? Stop babysitting me. Stop doing stop shit, I report. I mean, what the hell is she thinking? It's bad enough being out here alone during the day, but at night? I'm a year older, graduating this May, but normally she is the responsible one. And that reminds me, hey, I grumble. Did you take $60 out of my wallet this morning? I noticed it missing, and I just taken out money yesterday. I didn't spend it, and this is the third time my cash has gone missing. She puts on the 10-year-old sad face. She knows works on me. I was going shopping for some science project supplies, and you never spend your money. It shouldn't go to waste. I roll my eyes. She knows she can just ask our dad for more cash, and it's his angle, so he'll give her anything she wants. But how can I be mad at her? She's going places and she's a happy kid. Anything I can do to make her happier, I guess. She grins, probably seeing me relent, and launches over, grabbing onto the window frame and hopping up onto the cab step under the door. Hey, can you pick me up at the Round Bear? She asks. An ice-cold root beer on your way home from the warehouse, because she both know you are only going to stay there for 5 minutes unless you find a hot girl who intrigues you to be sociable, right? I laugh to myself. Fine, I nod. Get in the trunk and you can go to the gas station with me. How about that? And some crumbles, she adds, ignoring my request. Or anything cheaper. She then hops off the step, taking off at a faster pace down the street away from me. Annie, I lay on the gas, catching up to her. Now, she looks over at me and snickers. Misha, my car is right there. She pointed ahead. Look, I shoot my glare further up the road and see that she's right. Her blue Mini Cooper sits on the right shoulder, waiting for her. I'll meet you at the house, she tells me. You are done running then? Yes. She bows her head in dramatic notes. I'll see you when you get home, okay? Go get my root beer and candy. I give her a joking smile. I wish I could, but I don't have any money. You have money in your center coaster, she throws back. Don't act like you don't stuff change anywhere and anywhere instead of putting things in their proper place. I bet you have $100 all over that trunk. I snort. Yeah, that's me. The bad older brother who doesn't pick up after himself and eats mozzarella sticks for breakfast. I step on the gas and head down the road, but I hear a yell behind me, and some deal potato chips. I see her in my rearview mirror, her hands framing her mouth as she shouts. I honk the horn twice, letting her know I heard her, and speed ahead, pulling over in front of her car. I see her shake her head in the mirror like I'm so overbearing because I won't leave until she's in the car. She pulls her keys out of her jacket pocket, unlocks the door, and waves to me before she climbs in. When I see the headlights come on, I pull the trunk in drive again and finally go. I lay on the gas and sit back in my seat, heading down the road toward the abandoned warehouse. Her headlights fade from view in my mirror as I go over a small hill, and worry creeps in. She doesn't look right. I don't think she's sick, but she looks pale and tired. Just go home and get in bed, Annie. Stop getting up at 4:30 in the morning and get a decent right night of sleep. She is the perfect one of the two of us. A 4.15 GPA Star of our school's volleyball team, coach of little girls' softball team, not to mention the clubs and extra projects she takes on. My bathroom walls are covered in posters and black marker from writing lyrics everywhere. Her walls are covered with shapes of trophies, medals, and awards. If any one could tap into the energy she seems to have, I pull onto the graved road until a few towns and see a clearing ahead, surrounded by dark trees. The massive building stands tall and imposing in front of me. Most of the windows are sheltered, and I can already make out the lights inside and the shadows of people moving around. I think they used to produce shoes here or something, but once Thunder Bay became an affluent, wealthy community, production was moved to the city, keeping the noise and pollution far away from the fresh ears and noise of its residents. But the warehouse, although falling into ruin, still has its uses. Bonfires, parties, devils' nights is a space for cover now, and tonight is ours.